lots of them. Lots of them, lots of them. All right. I think we're live. Live and kicking. Hey, you guys. Welcome to today's Q&A. It is first ZXCBB 2009. You are the first. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. All right. Welcome to today's Q&A, you guys. We go live on Tuesday at noon Central here on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, if Tuesday isn't a day that works for you, don't worry. We go live on our Facebook at 4 p.m. Central on Mondays. And we will be going live. Actually, it will be the recruiters going live on our TikTok at 11 a.m. on Friday. So don't miss that. But I will be going live here a little bit later today, just answering some random questions that are coming through on some of the Facebook. And I'll be going live on the TikTok as well. So the TikTok. Isn't that what ages you, right? If you put the in front of it, I'll say app. All right. So let me know that you're here, that you can hear me. I see volume, so I think I'm all right. But as the questions come in, of course, I'll answer them. In the meantime, I'll just share a little bit about what's going on here at Decker and fill you in on all the goods. Hope the weather is beautiful where you're at, that you are staying cool if you're in hot temperatures, and staying warm if you're in cool temperatures. And yeah, so welcome to today's Q&A. Heads up on what's going on tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Thursday, we expect to be part of the Meals for Ukraine again. We were lucky enough to be part of the Meals for Ukraine last year, taking a load from Des Moines to Chicago. We'll be taking another load come Thursday from Des Moines to Chicago, and more information will be out on that. Watch our social media sites, our profiles out there. Make sure that you know what's going on and you can cheer on our professional drivers as they help to participate in that. And not only our Decker family, but our transportation families in general, as there are quite a few people participating in that and have in the past. So thank you again. Appreciate being part of that. And what else do we have? We've got quite a bit going on here at Decker. We have the quarterly trainings that are, in full swing. Shout out to those who have already completed the quarterly trainings. We had a number of people who completed them. The first ones to complete, hang on, got a list. Katie put together a list for who completed. We have Robert Anderson, Donald Neely, Sean Lanfear, Dustin Likens, Michael Dosh, Angela Krager, Cynthia Hopes, Scott Vivian, Patricia Witherington, and Andre Buckner. Those are our first 10 to complete the quarterly safety training, and they earn a Pilot Flying J gift card. If you are not familiar on how you can obtain your gift card for Flying J, you can actually use it on the app, and you'll be able to get the credit points using the Pilot Flying J app. So if you guys have questions, let us know. Katie has put a beautiful how-to tutorial, I should say, together for you on how to complete and access those points. So shout out to Katie for all the work that she did with that as well, making it easy so you know that you can get your bonuses. Now, the quarterly safety training, that is due by the 1st of August, August 1st, okay? And that's the quarterly safety training is about coupling, uncoupling, coupling, slips, trips, falls, and of course, get out and look, right? So if you have any problems accessing that, just remember that you can go to enuggetlearning.com/Decker. That's for our quarterly safety training. You'll have your driver code and the last 4 digits of your social security number to get into that or to access it. Otherwise, give our safety department a call. Let them know that you're having issues, if you are, in fact, having issues logging in, so that we can get that taken care of for you. All right, awesome. Shout out to those first 10 who received that bonus. Again, that's Andre Buckner, Patricia Witherington, Scott Vivian, Cynthia Hopes, Angela Krager, Michael Dosh, Dustin Nikens, Sean Lanfear, Donald Neely, and Robert Anderson. So thanks again, you guys, for taking the time to put that together. Speaking of, if you saw yesterday, we had a video that come out yesterday morning on a fifth wheel, using the fifth wheel holder or puller, excuse me, how to use the fifth wheel puller, and you'll be able to access that. If not, actually, I believe that might be on our TikTok. That'll be coming out tomorrow, the full tutorial. We also had another tutorial go out yesterday. So if you guys, and that's on the loads. That's on our refrigerated load locks on how to do that. So we'll keep those tutorials coming for you guys to keep you in the loop on what's going on, how-to training, and all that good stuff. Right. All right. Reminder, this is the middle of Safe Week. So the Safe Driver Week, we're right in the middle of it. It'll go till Saturday or Sunday this week. And I just want to remind everybody that the focus is on speeding, distracted driving, following too close. Now that doesn't mean that that's the only thing that they're looking at, but law enforcement will be giving a special emphasis to those unsafe driving habits. Keeping that in mind, we of course want to always be well aware of our habits. We do have our Smart Drive analytics system to help improve on those habits and to identify them, I should say, so that we can improve on them. If you guys have any questions about that, please reach out to us. We do have a podcast that came out this week. It's our number 61. So our 61 podcast, it's a safety update for you on the lytics training and what that's all about. Now, it's not, I shouldn't just say lytics because we currently have Smart Drive and the lytics, but we are switching over to the lytics system. We wanted to make sure that you guys were fully aware of what all that entailed, what that means for you, and what that means for us as a company. Well, for you, it's a really easy transition. There's not a learning curve that you need to worry about. Really, it's going to be installed in the trucks when you come in for a regular service. So it's not going to be an addition. You're not going to have to come in for something totally separate. All the new trucks that are coming in, and I want to say about 45. I'll get an updated number on that for you next Tuesday, for the trucks that will be coming in that are new this year. Quite a few. Actually, I think we have 271, I think is actually the number. But we'll get updates on where we are in that process and how many are Peterbilts, how many are Volvos, how many are Freightliners, kind of give you the whole spiel of all of that. But in the meantime, the lytics will be installed in the new trucks before they are assigned to our professional drivers, our current drivers. Now, the lytics system is very similar to the Smart Drive system. It mirrors it, in fact. And the lytics is designed to make it easier on you, be less distractive, because I know a lot of you guys were concerned with the additional noises, the beeping, where the camera view was, being able to reach the panic button, stuff like that. Those were concerns. We wanted to make sure that we addressed it, answered your questions, and that's why Patrice and Darren and Rick hopped on a podcast to go over all of those details. We've also been able to provide you with a resource document, just a PDF of some of the FAQs that are out there, some of the frequently asked questions that are out there. And Katie has put it up on our website, so you'll be able to access that as well. Some of those main questions are, where is it located? Why is it better? It runs on a 5G instead of a 4G. We do have a better accessibility, so it's in the center of our windshield instead of in the driver's side corner, left side corner. So really the visibility is much better. You can see on both sides of the truck and trailer. And then the clarity of the video is much, much, much better, frames per second. So we can actually see the license plates from, if someone cuts you off, we can see who it is. We'll be able to read that license plate and be able to protect you that much more. So there's some of the reasons. Yes, it's an audible alert instead of the beeping that you guys didn't care for, and we're able to we're able to adjust some of those notifications for you so that they are more friendly. Cool. All right. If you have more questions, though, keep them coming. Let us know. We want to make sure that we have them answered. One of the other questions was how it was going to affect your bonus, your safety bonus. Never fear, we have taken that into account, and what we'll be doing for those who are transitioning from the Smart Drive unit to the lytics system, that you'll continue to get, if you got the bonus the month before, you'll continue to get it during the transition over that transition month. And then from then on out, it'll run just mirror that of what the Smart Drive was. So it's going to be the same. Tomzilla Melton. Hey, Tom. How that work on a 389? With the location, is that what you're referring to? Or what? Let me know what specifically you're asking so that I can make sure I answer that, if you would. But the location should be right there in the middle. Now, not all of the trucks have them yet. I mean, a large majority don't. We have just a small chunk of them who do. I think about 25 were the originals that were doing the testing. And then we're just doing a little by little, and we'll keep you updated on how many we're at as we go through the process. But yeah, it's just beginning, getting everything out. With the split windshield. You know what, Tom? I don't know the answer to that. I forgot that the 389s had the split windshield. They do have it. They were trying to mount it right there in the center. Let me check to see with a couple of the guys where they mounted it on the split windshield. Actually, let me get a hold of Matt real quick. Good question. Thank you. And any other questions on that part? Okay, well, we'll come back to that with more answers to those questions as well. But yeah, it's a mirror of the Smart Drive. You'll find out a whole lot more within the Inside the Triangle podcast episode that has been released. So go check that out. You can find it really on Google Podcasts, on Spotify, pretty much your favorite podcast platform, most likely. Or you can go directly to anchor.com/Decker Truckline if you'd like to just hop on and listen to it right away. Very cool. All right, and we do have an Aluma training that's going out as well. I'll get that answer for you here in just a second. But we do have a Aluma training that has gone out to all of our in-house employees. So the Decker family, who's including fuel compliance, obviously, your art drivers, your ambassadors, your recruiters, your driver managers, your night ops, your shop, pretty much anybody that you'll come in contact with have been trained with the fuel compliance in the Aluma training that has just come out. Now, you will also be receiving this training. For those of you who are owner-operators, lease purchase, if you want a little bit more information, it is available to you as well. You can also reach out to Patrice, and Patrice took some time, was interviewed basically by Katie for a little bit, and they put together some lease purchase, drivers and owner-operator suggestions, tips, guidance to help improve your fuel prices or your fuel costs as the fuel prices continue to increase. Following the solution, obviously, is the number one. We switched over from our original fuel plan, the expert fuel optimization, I think is what it was referred to, over to the Manhattan fuel solutions. Now, the Manhattan takes in a lot more into consideration than just the cost of the fuel. And so just please stick to that fuel route as much as possible. Of course, if you have a question, if you feel that it does need to be changed, then you can reach out to the fuel department. The fuel number is, don't have it off the top of my head, so 515-227-7307 is the number for our fuel department if you have any questions. But first, contact your fleet manager. Before August 1st if you have any questions about the fuel compliance training, how that works, what it entails and everything. It's 13 million gallons of fuel that we use per year. 13 million gallons. And if you figure, where's my calculator? If you figure approximately 46 to 48 cents a mile, and that actually has probably gone up, but we save between 46 and 48 cents a mile. I'm going to just put 46 just to be on the safe side. At 13 million miles or 13 million gallons per year, and we save about 46 cents per gallon. That's over $59 million. So almost 6 million actually, 59.8. So quite a bit of money. Now the Luma training, that'll be assigned as of yesterday, and the training must be completed by the 22nd, which is not this Friday, but next Friday, that the training must be completed by. And hopefully we can get those questions answered right away from anybody in the fuel department or your fleet manager. Fuel solution is right down with the update, is down right now. All right. And then also, Matt did get back to me, Tom. He says we're moving some of the 389s to get a little bit better angle. They had to get a new mount in. So perfect. Awesome. So great question. Thanks, Tom. And the answer from Mr. Matt Lynch himself. So, yep. Didn't even think about that. Hey, George, how are you doing? Made it for the live. Glad you hopped on. All right. Okay, so lots of information coming out for you that way. I'm not done. We have more. It is the middle of Safe Driving Week, so you've got to be well aware of what's going on that way. We've got improving our habits and more information on the Lytics data that has come up. Updates in the CSA scores have come out. This is important because, especially with Safe Driver Week coming out, notice that speeding, failure to obey, things like that, the minor speeding tickets, those have come about, have been more prevalent. We want to make sure that we're getting those down, that we are not having any unsafe driving. I do want to say, however, one of our most common violations is personal conveyance. So we need to improve our personal conveyance habits so that we can be in order on that. And of course, a lot of that has to do with entering in the information properly, failing to manually enter your shipping document information, or failing to maintain a supply of eight blank log pages. You know, we don't want you using them. We want you using, obviously, the TransFlow Geotab unit, but you do have to have those on hand in case it is a must and you need to use them. And then, of course, the false logging through the improper personal conveyance. We need to improve the personal conveyance. Maintenance-wise, tires, audible air, inoperable required lamps, brakes out of adjustment. We do ask that you're doing a proper pre-trip. Get something scheduled into the book so that we can take care of that through the shop, or our shops can take care of that for you. That would be fantastic. I know we are well known for our maintenance program and keeping our equipment beyond par, so we love that. So Matt says, Tom, just a little bit of an update here. He said we did have to order some more, as the mount was that they had tested on. One of the tested, it did seem to work really well, so they're adding some additional ones. So that was just for the 389, so that they could get a little bit better angle for you. It's a great question. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Ergo says, do you have any lease purchase options? We dry van lease purchase. No, we don't currently have any openings in our dry van division. We do have lease purchase options available, just not in our dry van. We have refrigerated and we have flatbed. Can you tell me where you live? And I can tell you a little bit more about each of those lease purchase programs. However, nothing currently available, whether you're talking company or owner-operator lease purchase in our dry van. I do want to remind everybody, for dry van, not only dry van and refrigerated drivers, but all freight included, there has been an increase in cargo theft. It does seem to be more prevalent in the refrigerated divisions, and I think this sounds like it's nationwide. Cargo thefts are more likely to strike on the weekends. 49% of the thefts occur between Friday night and early Sunday. Nearly half of those are on Saturday, of course. 28% of the thefts are for food and drink. So like I said, a lot of reefer trailers, and this is nationwide. Unsecured parking are the top areas for cargo theft. So please make sure that you have a secured parking. If you have cameras or a good view, that's phenomenal. It makes up about 89% of the theft incidents is the unsecured parking. 89%. So please park in a secured lot. Make sure that you are well protected. You're locking your trailers, that you don't share the information about what is in your trailer. Use your location to your advantage. Like I was saying, if there's cameras available, if you are located at a truck stop, or if you are parking at a secured lot that has camera angles, try and park where your tractor and trailer are in a good view in case anything happens, and if it's well lit for protecting you as well. Walk around your equipment before you leave. Please make sure that you're doing a proper pre-trip so that you are not left with some of the cargo coming out or an empty trailer altogether. Please be safe. All right. Oftentimes when the shipper or receivers notice that, or have discovered, I should say, that the trailer's been tampered with or broken into, they'll reject the whole load, not just part of it, because they can't confirm that it was just part of the load that was tampered with. Okay. All right, good questions. Good questions. South Carolina. Well, Ergo, in South Carolina, I currently have Flatbed available, which would get you home about every other weekend. So every other weekend. It does require that you have at least 6 months of Flatbed experience. Sorry, I was thinking out time. 2 weeks of out time. But as long as you have 6 months of Flatbed experience. However, big however, if you have a year or more of tractor trailer experience, then we can train you for Flatbed, if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you'd consider. I know you asked about dry van, but we just don't have any dry van in that area. Now, with the lease purchase program, it's $750 a week for the lease purchase. We do require $1,500, so $1,500 as a deposit that will go towards the escrow. And then it's $750 a week for a 4-year term. And after that 4-year term, we have a $95,000 balloon payment at the end. If you chose to continue with the purchase of the truck. I know some people roll it in and upgrade their truck again, and some people continue with it. So it's totally up to you. The trucks come very well prepared. They've got all kinds of amenities. So we have APUs, inverters, refrigerators, microwaves, CB units, navigation through the TransFlow Geotab system. Quite a bit of stuff actually through the TransFlow Geotab system. And he asks, how long does the flatbed training usually last? Flatbed training is usually, well, you'll have a week of orientation, which will include a couple of days of flatbed training. And then you can go out with a flatbed trainer if you like as well. Otherwise, you'll have those couple of days of flatbed training, depending on the amount of tractor trailer experience you have altogether. And then you'll take a picture, at least for the first 30 days, you'll take a picture of your securement and get that okayed through your DM for the first 30 days, and to just reassure that it is secured properly. So, great question though. Equipment, yes, all kinds of amenities. Inverter, APU, we have the CB unit, which is, I think most of them are the 25 LTD Cobras. We have the TransFlow Geotab system in the truck. Navigation, the ALK navigation through TransFlow Geotab, which is also how you can get your paperwork in. You can scan or take a picture or whatever with the Geotab unit. You can also use your phone if you prefer. We have bunk heaters in the truck. Most of those are the S-bar units. Some of them are still the Webasto. We have microwaves in the truck. The microwaves are 900 watt or cooking wattages. They are 1300 consumption watt for the wattage for the microwaves, but 900 cooking wattage. The APUs, for those of you who were wondering, well, the inverter is an 1800 watt inverter. We have Easy Pass, K Pass, Best Pass for tolls. We have Weigh My Truck CAT app available through the TransFlow Geotab system as well. What am I missing? Tire chains. We have free Wi-Fi also through the TransFlow Geotab system. We have TV with Epic View satellite television. Now, that being said, for owner-operators, lease purchase drivers, if you guys chose to do the Epic View, they're 22-inch televisions, but if you chose to do the Epic View satellite TV, then it's an additional $16 a month for lease purchase. It is company paid for all of our company drivers, but for our 1099 drivers, it's $16 a week for that. We have the Sirius Ready radio, so it's all ready to go. All the equipment's there. DriveWise for scales, of course, the Manhattan Fuel Solution. We have installed some solar panels with 110 watts on some of our trucks and possibly some of our trailers for the, to help offset some of the wear and tear on the APUs, to make your APUs last a little bit longer. Got to do that. Make sure our equipment is up to par. Let's see. Any other questions coming through on that? I think we covered it. But yeah, the trucks are Lytx system. I think I mentioned that, which is like Smart Drive Lytx. But yeah, they're really well equipped. Very, very well equipped trucks. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else before I start talking about some of the available positions. Think. We did just do a few more upgrades in our communication system as well. So the communication should be working well for you guys. If you have any questions, or if you're struggling to get a hold of your driver manager, please make sure that you are reaching out to them through their DID number, their direct number, which they should give you. They might have already messaged you what that direct number is, but it is important for you to have that, because you can plug it into your phone and have it when you call them. It's just hands-free benefit. So you can just say, call whoever your driver manager is, and it'll ring them because you have your direct number. Now, if they are unavailable, if they're on the other line, it will then ring round robin, but it'll go to them first and foremost, which is the most important, because that's who you're trying to get a hold of. Instead of just giving you an extension number that doesn't ring to everybody, or giving you a group ringing, we want you to get to your driver manager as quickly as possible to get those questions answered. We don't want you hanging out there in waiting land. I know personally that drives me bonkers, so I assume, let's use it, that it would drive anybody else crazy as well. Okay, excellent. A couple of questions that are coming in here. Make sure that I get answered. What do we have in the... Hang on, let's bring that answer in here. Monday, looking for home weekly. A home on the weekends though, huh? Okay, we do have that. So Stephen was asking what we have available in the home, basically home Friday, home off on the weekends or whatever. It does depend on where you live, on what we have available in your area. In your case, being in the Wisconsin area, Clinton, Wisconsin area, what we have available is flatbed. We have refrigerated as well, but refrigerated often creeps into Saturday, sometimes later Saturday. With flatbed, you're coming home normally on a Friday night or a Saturday morning, and then leaving back either Sunday night or Monday morning. So we have that option if you're looking for it. Let me know if that works for you. Again, it's 888-668-0698. If you have more questions, we can give you more details. With a year of experience, you are guaranteed, in your location, you're guaranteed at least $1,700 a week in our flatbed division, which is our highest guarantee that we offer. With 1 year of tractor trailer experience in the flatbed division, you'll start at 56 cents a mile. And actually, with a year of flatbed experience, you'll start at 60 cents a mile. 10 cents of that is per diem, so you're not taxed on 10 cents a mile. And that comes basically with any of our regional, over the road, if you're out more than a day at a time, and receiving per diem, it's 10 cents per mile per diem. So you will be able to take advantage of that as well. $1,700 a week. So if your miles don't meet, your miles and your rate of pay don't meet or exceed that 1,700, we'll make up the difference. If you exceed that, meet or exceed that, then you'll get the better of the two. Now the guaranteed pay, we do have some requirements for that. I figure that's a given, but for the guaranteed pay requirements, they're pretty basic. Be available for dispatch at least 5 days out of the week. No load refusals, no late loads, so no driver service failures, no preventable accidents for the week, no preventable incidents or CSA violations for the week, and get your paperwork in on time. The cutoff for your paperwork has to be, or is, Sunday night at 10 p.m. So please make sure that you have all of your paperwork in by then. So if the load delivered before that time, then yes, it needs to be in order to make it, in order to get paid on it for Friday. If you don't have it in, you won't qualify for that guaranteed pay for your Friday paycheck. You usually get a notice on Thursday what your settlement will be, and then you'll get paid. It'll actually be distributed, depending on the bank, I should say. Depends on your bank, but usually is in your bank account by Friday morning. Some people see it earlier, some people see it a little bit later. It just depends. Depends on the bank. Yep. But that's the flatbed position with out of the Chicago area, and also with Stephen with the Monday through Friday off. You're also in the Chicago area with the Wisconsin there. Same goes for you, $1,700 with the Midwest, or with the flatbed, $1,700 a week guaranteed. It is running a lot of the Chicago area. Basically, you have to be living within the 50-mile radius of Chicago in order to qualify for that one. So you're in prime territory for that, right? St. Louis, Missouri, you are actually guaranteed $1,450 a week in the flatbed. We have $1,450 a week, and you do run a lot of Iowa, Illinois, Ohio, into Missouri, into Wisconsin, Minneapolis, a little bit larger area, but also a little bit longer length of haul than if you were staying closer to the Chicago area. And Diamond Arthur says, great company to work for, won't let you down. Thank you, love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, pride and joy. We had some anniversaries. Had my anniversary today, or was it today? I think it is today. Yesterday as well. I don't remember. I think it was last week. Yeah. Also, shag position. Yes, we do have a local shag driver hostler available out of Sperry. It's $1,000 a week guaranteed. Nope, I apologize. It's the $1,000 sign-on. Sorry, just got to pop up here, giving me some details. It's a $1,000 sign-on bonus for that Sperry driver, that hostler position. It is a local position. It pays hourly. It's $24 an hour plus weekly bonuses. Get more details. Get a hold of Bryce for more information. You can call Bryce directly at 515-227-7018, or you can just call this number here, 888-668-0698, and he can get with you with additional details on that one. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And it's a 3 p.m. start for that shift. It's the second shift for that local shag driver, and it starts at 3 p.m., 3 to 11. Yep, you can call Bryce for more details. His number is 515-227-7018. Call him directly for that one. Not currently part-time. No, that is a full-time position. You're welcome. Yep, no problem. As those come in, we also, yes, we do have a refrigerated position out of your area. So asking about the Wisconsin area, Clinton, Wisconsin, yes, we do have that local position, or not local, excuse me, we do have a refrigerated position available out of there. It's guaranteed $12.50 a week. With that year of experience, you're looking at 56 cents a mile, 56 cents a mile for the refrigerated division. Again, 10 cents per mile is per diem, so you're not taxed on it. But it is a guarantee of $12.50 a week, $1,250 a week. You'll get your paperwork in by Sunday night, meet all of the other requirements, no driver service failures, so no late loads. Get your paperwork in, no preventable accidents, no CSA violations for the week. What am I missing? Be available for dispatch at least 5 days out of the week, and no load refusals. Those are the 6 requirements. So pretty basic, but yes, please make sure that you qualify in order to qualify for all of that. So if your truck is in the shop and getting maintained and you're not able to run, then yes, that does qualify you for the guaranteed pay. Yep, sure does. Number one question I get. No problem. Lease on the weekends. You know what? If you're doing the lease purchase program, it is not. It's not common to get home on the weekends. I shouldn't say that. To get home every single week is not common. Now there's some areas that we run, especially in Iowa area, that you can get home on a weekly basis, but it does often cut some loads short. So most of our lease purchase drivers are home, every 2 to 3 weeks, and for 4 or 5 days or something like that. So that would be the norm that I'd suggest. It does depend on where you live, but if you're looking to get home on the weekends for the lease purchase, I wouldn't suggest it. It's not always very beneficial to you financially, beneficial to you for the home weekly in the lease purchase. But sometimes it works really well. Yeah, let me know where you live and I can give you a little bit more details on that. What else do I have coming in here? If you are needing, Angela, you can actually get a hold of Jeremy and Gerard, and they can help you with they should be able to help you with getting that key card, that access with that key card. Yep. Yes, the Luma training is enuggetlearning.com. It is your driver code plus the password is going to be the last 4 of your social. All right. Now, we do have our over-the-road refrigerated position. That can get you home about every 2 to 3 weeks and home for 2 to 3 days. Well, actually, it's usually a day and a half for every 7 days you're out. So depending on what you're looking at for home time, we do have some availability, some flexibility on those as well. If you live in the west, areas of Washington, areas of, especially around 50 miles radius of Missoula, some of the Iowa area or Idaho area, Salt Lake City area, Vegas, Phoenix, Arizona, Northern Oregon along I-5 in Oregon there. If you live in areas of Colorado, areas of Texas, especially around Amarillo, Dallas, Houston, down towards San Antonio. If you live in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Guyman, Oklahoma, those are good areas for us as well. Into Iowa, Kansas City, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, northern Indiana, north of I-80. If you live in areas of Wisconsin or Minnesota, along I-90 or south of there, then yes, good opportunity for our over-the-road refrigerated division, which would get you home about every 2 to 3 weeks for the most part. You can stay out longer. I know a lot of you guys do tend to stay out longer. That's totally fine. We do figure about a day and a half for every 7 days that you're out. Now, your rate of pay is going to be based off of your experience, a guarantee of at least $1,000 a week, but that should be your safety net. That should not be your regular. You should be getting up and over that fairly easily and consistently. If you are having any questions on that, or ways that you're working with your driver manager and communicating with your driver manager to make sure that your miles are far exceeding that, then please reach out to them with their direct number so that you can talk to them one-on-one. Make sure that you guys are on the same page of what you are looking for miles. So you can get a hold of them at 888-668-0698 for more details on that. Sounds like a plan? Yes, they're great. All right, now orientations, they begin on Monday and Tuesday. If you are a student, which we do offer training for students in our refrigerated division, we also offer it in our flatbed division if you live within the Midwest, because then we can, you're closer to our main terminal and therefore easier to do additional training for that flatbed if you need it. But yes, if you're a recent graduate of a PTDI certified school or a school that has at least 160 hours, we can make that work for you and do the additional training, which is usually 2 to 3 weeks with a trainer if you're brand new. But if you have minimal experience and you need to go with a trainer, it could be a week or less, depending on your situation. It is case by case. I know we try to go as much black and white as possible when it comes to areas that we can work with, but some areas are a little bit of gray, and we try to be flexible with you on that training time, for the additional training time. Personalize it, basically, is what I'm saying. Yep. When you're assigned a trainer. When you are working with a trainer, you are paid $700 a week. Orientation for a student is $1,000, and it is a week long. If you're an experienced driver, it's about 2.5 days for orientation. That is after you've completed your physical, your drug test, and the online orientation, which we do hope and expect you to have done before you arrive in Fort Dodge for orientation. That being said, not everybody can finish it before coming to orientation. If you are coming from another company and you've been out on the road the whole time, it might be really hard to get your physical and your drug test done ahead of time, and we'll just do that here in orientation. But the online orientation must be done before starting orientation on Monday or Wednesday if you're an experienced driver. The online orientation, basically what it is, it's very similar to our quarterly training. Well, it is shared with you similar to our quarterly training, where you'll have a video followed by a couple of questions and then move on to the next topic. Video followed by a couple of questions. So each section is quite short, but there are a number of sections to go over, including operations and fuel solutions and running the transflow system and communication. And there's just quite a bit of information there for you that is more specific to refrigerated for refrigerated drivers, flatbed for flatbed drivers, so that we're not getting too much overlap in areas that you're not necessarily running. So if you have questions on it, please reach out to us at 888-668-0698 for more details on that. Now, do remember, we have a recruiting Q&A on our TikTok channel at 11 a.m. on Friday. So if you have more recruiting questions, not only can you have them answered here, but you'll also have an opportunity to ask and have them answered by our recruiting crew. This week, this is our first week, by the way. And this week, we'll have Clarissa and Mitch and Tanya doing the Q&A. So I know a couple of them, they won't be in the midst of the conversation on Friday, but they will be the next time we do this. It sounds like we're going to be doing this on a monthly basis, which will be a great opportunity for you guys to get to know the recruiters and more people in-house. as we video and chat with them. So our coffee with recruiters at 11 a.m. on Friday. Friday it is. Yes, indeed. All right, more information. I believe we have a Des Moines local position currently available as well. It's $23 an hour, and we do require that you have hazmat as well as a tanker endorsement. So if you have more questions on that, if you live in the Des Moines area and you're looking for a local position, it starts 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just get a hold of us at 888-668-0698 for more details on that. Excellent. Yes, trucks come very well equipped. As I said before, refrigerators and microwaves and CB units, APUs, inverters, all of the above. Yeah, they come with all of them. Now, if you're an owner-operator lease purchase, you are responsible for the satellite TV portion. I mean, that's the TV's installed in it, but the satellite, the monthly subscription. But if you're a company driver, Decker takes care of that for you. Yes. All right. I said tomorrow again. Thursday we'll be doing the second load for the load of meals for Ukraine. We'll be participating in that. So stay tuned for more information on that as well. That'll be going from Des Moines to Chicago, and we're teaming up and we're being part of that. From Meals from the Heartland is who runs that. Yep. We take it part of the way. So it starts with one group, and then we'll take it on, and it just is shared amongst many. Basically, what happens is the load that we deliver to Chicago from Des Moines, it arrives in the country, and the meals will be split between the orphanages, and the Ukraine military. And we were able to see the first one that was done earlier in the year. Quite a bit that was shared. There were, I can't remember how many. There's a lot shared, and all of the meals were donated as well as the transportation of those meals. So it's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive what a group of people can do, including the Meals from the Heartland, which is quite impressive. Healthier alternatives for sure. All right, you guys, we will be back live on Monday on our Facebook page, so please join us then. And of course, back here next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, noon Central. So I will see you next week as well. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to join the recruiters come Friday. Friday, yes, indeed. George says, any of the drivers doing the push-up challenge? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. Is it the one that's the TikTok one that's going on right now, or is it the one that I was doing myself? Because that one is done. It was a 30-day one that I was doing. But, and it was not just push-ups. You know what was interesting? My chiropractor said that push-ups are not, I shouldn't be doing push-ups. And I thought, what? I've never been told that. I've always been told you should be doing push-ups. He said, yeah, because of the way that you're stabilizing your shoulder too much. And the best way to do it is to do a plank or to do chest press. That being said, though, they do make those push-up, rotating push-up things. Things is my go-to word, you guys. Okay, but those rotating push-up handles that I would think they'd work. But no, I don't think anybody was doing them. We should have one. We should have a challenge. Right? Katie, what do you say? We should probably have a challenge, right? All right. Tomorrow, we'll start it. You're up to 700 this month? That's fantastic. Is that 700 a day? Or is it for the total month? 700 a day would be a lot. I was doing, because I was doing 10,000 for the month, so I was doing over the 3,000 or the 3,300. Yeah, but I was dead. No, okay, yeah, my arms were jello. It was crazy. Craziness. Well, good for you. That's awesome. I love to hear that. See, and I liked to mix it up. So it was push-ups and squats and deadlifts. I would not be don't be discouraged by that, because when I was doing it, I was switching between the deadlifts, the squats, the push-ups, and the shoulder press, because there was no recovery for the other muscle groups if I did all of those in every single day. So that being said, 700 this month, we're only on the 12th a day, and when I was rotating, it was about 340 that I was doing. Some of them I was doing 500 a day, and then some of it just depends on which one I was focusing on. I did more squats obviously than I did push-ups, because I give myself a bloody nose as my arms were getting really weak. But yeah, actually 700 is pretty good, because if you think you really do one of those, maybe two, around 300 a week, you're right on track, right? I think that's pretty good. I'm reasoning it here for you, George. I'm reasoning it out. All right, you guys, we will see you later. I'll hop on TikTok. We'll answer a few more questions that have been coming in. And we'll see you live on our TikTok with our recruiters at 11 a.m. on Friday. You guys have a